Another thing about me, obviously this situation has been pretty damaging emotionally. I'm a very smart man. I just think I'm analytical. And today at work, I hate being on the register because you have to deal with people who don't like you. I grew up in Tonka Bay. Yes, I did. Did I always like the demeanor, the attitude, how everybody functioned in that area? No way, no. I don't like your Paris Hilton, Beverly Hills type people. I don't. Because me, I'd rather be out, agate hunting, being happy. But in this world, unfortunately, we all can't do what makes us happy when we want to. And ideally, I'd be at the pawn shop, not ringing up people who have 10 times more money than me right now. Well, they don't even see me as human. But at least they might see me as more of a tangential human being than the Sims and the Morgans do. There's that. I'll give them that. But I'm not a leper, people. Trust me. But here's the other thing, though. Obviously, when you look at that, back to the register, I was stuck on it today, and the first time ever, I stepped back and saw the banner. Obviously, Walgreens have banners above some of the registers. I was like, oh my God, holy shit, this is like a kabam. Because it had an image of both from the same period, late 1940s into the 1950s. One was of 4 or 5, white women, typical 50s, hair, being rung up at a register by a white guy. The other was, 3 colored people behind a counter. Obviously 2 were more darker colored. One was, half colored. Back in the day, they'd call it mulatto. That's not politically correct. It's not right to say that now. But, a mixed race, African-American gentleman. And there was an African-American woman, mixed race, with a more sullen, not happy, enthusiastic look on her, pushing a shopping cart. And to me, there's a major contrast between those 2 pictures. You see, 3 or 4 college-age, women, maybe early 20s, having a good rip-roaring time, being rung up at a register. You've got, 3 colored men behind the counter, and a colored woman pushing a cart, in the foreground. They do not all look, the same level. None of them really look that happy. The woman looks sullen and sad. The 2 guys, look neutral, and maybe the half black guy was wearing more of the professional outfit, maybe a lead pharmacist or something in that one, looked a little more content than the others in that picture. Now, to me, that's very, very interesting, very indicative of the times. You had 2 Americas. You've got one where people are together having a good time, laughing, enjoying camaraderie. One that's sad and sullen, because the African American experience, even especially more so back then, was one of this getting by, sullen. It is what it is, And like I said, I took time and I just stared at it for a few minutes and said, wow, this is deep, this is intense. I just thought about that, and I'm like, well, both these photos are, black and white. You definitely don't want to colorize them. So what it would mean a lot more. You probably get a lot more people talking about it if they colorize those photos. Because it shows 2 different Americas at that time. And I guess I'm just someone who thinks a lot about that kind of stuff. Another thing I think a lot about, is just obviously the way our world's headed. And another one that was interesting, one time, this happened a lot at Target, but also here. You see, when people have kids, you need to have a man and a woman to have kids. And generally the saying is, when you have one, you're causing the population to decrease. A mom and a dad have 1 kid. That's a net decrease. They have 2, it's a continuance. You have 3 kids, they're growing population. 4 kids, doubling. 5, you get the picture. And you get some people come through with, 3 kids and pregnant. And to me, when you look at that just from a sociological, economical standpoint, even a religion, you can surmise either, they're loaded and they can support, that many kids without issue, that's one possibility, or they're clearly religious, and a lot of them religions have more kids because to them it's populating and filling the community with, citizens, people who contribute and spread the word of their values. Would you rather, if you're a religious person who's trying to convert and have people believe how you believe, would you rather have 2 kids out there spreading that or 5? I think you'd rather have 5. Probably better to send, 5, missionaries into a war-torn country than 2, right? So, or, they're low income and they have kids, but generally they wouldn't be spending that much money if that were the case. Could be money, could be a combination of money and religion, or maybe like some families I know, they just kept having kids, they're religious and they don't believe in abortion, so their parents end up helping them out. I knew a family like that. I was friends with their oldest son. You don't believe in that, but you want to keep having kids, whether it's a result of religion or just high libido, and you don't believe in abortion, whatever it is, there's something there. There's something to be said about the population, contribution of people. And I fear, as a society, we're going in the direction of this. It's not going to be good. I have a very cynical, prognosis for humanity, right, especially right now. Especially as we see more people tending to more impulsive instincts. The social media gratification, the euphoria of it all, mixed with the religion, and I think it's a bad, potent mix that's going to bite us in the ass in the future.